pollen, am I right? Got to cover up the cars. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This might be one of my favorite cars that we've ever worked on. This is the 2024 Lotus Emira. This color's pretty sick. It's like a blue silver. The customer wanted to get the hyper blue one, but this one became available because a previous guy that ordered it backed out. So he was like, I gotta have it, gotta have it. For 100 grand, you get the supercharged V6 with 400 horsepower. This thing is insane. Starting up front, we have a hood, but it is not really a hood. You can't just open it. It only comes off to do maintenance for the brakes, rotors, windshield fluid, stuff like that. So you can't really open it and close it. So there's really no storage in this thing, unfortunately. It honestly kind of looks like a little Maserati and Ferrari SF90 just squished, which is kind of funny. I feel like that's where they got a lot of their inspiration. Interior's pretty sick, especially with this brown. Of course manual, and if you look under the shifter, you can actually see the mechanisms in the shifter, which is pretty cool. Definitely new, I've never seen that before. Vents to cool the engine because this is a mid-engine car. Like I said before, it's a supercharged V6 with Lotus, which is from Toyota. They've used Toyota engines ever since the start. And coming to the back, I mean, this thing's a super aggressive. It's just insane how curvy this thing is with how small it is. I love it. So this car just got delivered off a trailer from Wilmington yesterday. Myself and the customer weren't really too happy with the paint condition, with the dealership washing it probably 8 times since he's gotten it. So we're gonna go over the full car, do a full paint correction on it. Then we're gonna do full body paint protection film. And then to top it off, we're going to put the Bray windshield film on this as well, so that windshield doesn't get beat up. That way he can drive mine free and live on without any chips. It's also pollen season right now, so I'm sorry if I sound a little stuffy. And anytime we wash a car and bring it back in, you can't get rid of it. It's always gonna be dusty, it's always gonna be pollen. So it's gonna be a little tricky, but we got it.
So polishing is super important because any imperfections underneath the PPF will definitely stay. Basically, I've been going around doing a whole spot check polish, making sure it's one stage, nice and good for under the film. So I am putting Rezerna's 3800 on it with a blue pad. Rule of thumb is with a 15-inch polisher, you always do 5 dots. Rub it all in. When we first got it in, you could clearly tell on the side of the fenders and of the hood that whoever had the car before us, dealership, whatever, definitely washed the car and took the car and used a towel with some type of debris on it and scratched the whole car, the heck out of the car. So what I'm doing now is just basically getting those small scratches out that I can get out, and we'll see how it looks. I don't know if y'all can tell it is, but definitely scratch free. Don't see anything. Always key to, if you are going to check with a light and not just use these LEDs, don't hold the light up so close to the car. Hold it at least a couple feet back to make sure you can see the swirls and stuff. But this hood is good to go.
Welcome back, guys. Car is cleaned up, polished off, ready to lay some film. We have already laid the roof with the bulk install, and then we just got finished laying the hood. But what makes this different is this actually doesn't fold up or anything. It's actually is like considered another panel on the car. The only way to take it off is to unbolt it from the car. And then obviously with that being stationary, we have these weird looking fenders that are very similar to the Maserati MC20, where they come over around the headlight and all the way down by the wheel. Now it's gonna take forever for these edges to dry. And you can wrap them wet. I like to flush them with tack and then roll them dry so I don't miss any moisture, but with this just being a slight angle, we're gonna do like half the car and then it'll still be wet, so we'll be back.
Hey guys, so here I'm gonna do the headlights on this Lotus. It's my first time messing with this pattern, but I'm pretty sure I get it pretty perfect on the first try. I'm already kind of analyzing how the corners are gonna want to wrap and such, and how much to, you know, how the tightness is gonna fit on these. So see how it turns out. It's always good to have PPF on your headlights too, because just as much as your bumper can get damaged, your headlight will have the same amount of damage. And just as much as it costs to protect or to replace your bumper, it's gonna be just as much to replace your newer headlights, because you know it's got all the updated software on it, like it's got the LEDs and whatnot nowadays. So yeah.
Something I like to do on exotic cars, supercars, more on the high-end cars. This same piano black that is on this car, on the Range Rover, on Ferraris, it's all the same. It is all gonna get trashed. It's gonna get scratched up. I like to put black PPF on black. One, it makes it a deeper gloss black. Two, it just looks better overall outside. And three, it's gonna help it obviously protect just like regular paint protection film, but when you nick this up, it's not gonna be as gross as clear because the adhesive on the other side is black. So any rock chips, scratches or anything, they're gonna take a lot more time to be noticeable if it is damaged. Here's a prime example. So this black PPF here on this full A-pillar is nice, deep black. The roof, you can see the sheen difference. Although it is black, it's not as black as PPF. So we're gonna do the roof black as well. That way the whole car matches all the way around. Now, we have two black PPF A-pillars and we have a black roof with clear PPF on it. So this is the prime example of why we're gonna do the roof in black, because you can see that huge difference between these two. Clear PPF, black PPF, much better looking, still good, but not good as black PPF. And definitely not good enough for a car of this caliber. There's no reason why they should leave with two different blacks on it. More? Yeah. All right, yesterday we had black PPF here and no or clear PPF here. You can decide. Either way, it was not the same color. Now we have black PPF on the roof and the A-pillar, and now it is like dark as the deepest part of space that you can imagine. Looks great. Me and Mo also just got done installing Bray windshield protection film. That stuff is great. It is basically paint protection film for your glass. This is gonna help with it getting chipped and pitted and cracked on rallies and spirited driving. Really meant for that windshield that's like $3,000 to $5,000 to replace. Obviously you don't wanna put this on a windshield like your Camry where the actual install is gonna be more expensive than your deductible. There's no reason for it. Just get a new windshield. This is also self-healing light paint protection film and super hydrophobic. It's just a great product. You can scratch it up, you can put a heat gun on it, it's gonna come out right with the sun's heat. I'll show you on the Can-Am over here in the back.
I'm just putting a scrap piece on this windshield right now. We're gonna show you how the self-healing properties work. So there's clearly scratches in there now. Yo, that's crazy.
Now imagine if this was a $5,000 windshield to replace and you just got damage on your new windshield from the dealership, you're driving home, get damage on it. This is a lifesaver. $700 installed plus tax. Do it before your windshield gets replaced.
Let's do this again and see if if it continues to perform how it's supposed to. All right. Bro, isn't that cool? Nothing on the windshield.
Here's your windshield, sir.
Protection.
Pollen, am I right? Got to cover up the cars. The moment we've all been waiting for. It's done. Well guys, it is finished, it is outside. Glorious sunny day. It has been rainy and crappy all week. Here it is. Full paint protection film, windshield protection film, and also black paint protection film on all of the black accents all over the car, including the entire roof. As you saw earlier in the video, we had this piece on and this piece not on, and it was just not right, not what we wanted to send out of the shop. So we did black on everything so it all matches. This project turned out great. Core really made this job really easy for us with the patterns and flexibility of editing everything. So it's just unreal. Took the rear badges off, that way there's no cutout around the badges, little letters. That way it's a seamless install all the way around. This is a brand new Lotus Emira. This is brand new for 2024. If you have one, bring it to me, I'll get you taken care of. We already have numerous customers with these on order, which is pretty cool because this is not going to be the only one that we see. We're probably going to do 2 or 3 more of these within the next few months, which is going to be awesome. Hopefully get a blue one. This customer wanted a blue one, but he was at Cars and Coffee. He was talking to the Lotus guys there, and they had one in Wilmington, and he said, I got to have it. So here it is. And subscribe. As always, guys, I'm Greg. We'll see you on the next one to see more like this.